Hello, my book and wax friends. I am Amber. Welcome to my channel and to a book haul for the month of April. So these are a bunch of books that I got in the last month or so that I did want to share with you guys. So let's jump into it. The first one I did talk about in a recent video already, I think. Oh yeah, for my TBR, for my official TBR. So it is a part of the official TBR, but I didn't have the book yet because it just released. And that is India Holton's The Geographer's Map to Romance, which is the second book in her Love's Academic series. I adored the first book. I think I gave it 4.5 stars. That one was... I always get these names mixed up. The Ornithologist Field Guide to Love. That's what the first one is. I highly recommend the series. It is such a good time, so fun, so funny, lots of banter. It is historical fantasy romance is what it is. So it takes place in the like 1800s, late 1800s, but it is our world with fantastical elements. So I highly recommend the first one. These are like interconnected standalones, so technically you don't need to read the first one before you read this one. But one of the main characters in this one is the cousin of one of the main characters in the first one. So just FYI, you do get to see him in the first book. So this is about a professor or two different professors, and they have a marriage of convenience type of thing, and hijinks ensue from there. So I'm excited, very excited to get to this one, and I am actually going to stick it right here on my TBR shelf. Okay, the next one I got, trying to figure out what one okay, we'll do this one. This one I got from Blackwells, which is a bookseller in the UK. And they didn't have this book in the US and any of the people, except I think like on audiobook or Kindle or whatever. But they didn't have an actual book of this for me to purchase at that time. And I really wanted this book. I've heard it's so cute. And it is The Baby Dragon Cafe. It is a cozy fantasy. There's two other books that are going to be coming out in the series. Look how adorable this is. I really want there is it a Lumicrate? Or no, I don't think it's even one of the subscription boxes that I am subscribed to. I'm on a waiting list. I can't remember what one. It might be Fox and Wit. However, anyway, it's another one that I don't have, unfortunately. They did a special edition of this one in hardcover, and it's so cute. I may seek that out if I end up loving this. But the thing that really sold me on picking this one up is because it does mention that it is kind of inspired by Emma, by Jane Austen, and Emma is my absolute favorite book by Jane Austen. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get this. And this is by A.T. Qureshi. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it right, but it's so cute. Okay, so that one. Then for my birthday, so my husband bought me for my birthday, I think it was for my birthday or Valentine's Day, the second book, Bookshops and Bone Dust. The second book, and the first one is, I don't even remember now. Anyway, it was the second book. I never read the first one. I was going to keep it. It was a special edition from Target. I was going to keep it, but then I was like, you know what? There's probably a book that I would like more, because I don't even know if I'm going to get to them. It was another cozy fantasy. Why can't I remember the name of the first book? If you remember, let me know down in the comments the first book. I just know that the second was Bookshops and Bone Dust. Anyway, so instead I returned that book and I picked this one out instead. So Night Weaver by R.M. Gray. And it is a beautiful edition. And this says, I will not let them take me. And I have to show you the inside too. It has like a family tree. I am a sucker for anything maps or footnotes or family trees that are in fantasy books. Tell me if you are as well. I just feel like it makes the book that more like real to me when it has things, when I know the author has taken the time to create these extra things for the book. For me, it makes it that more special. So, but this is it. As you can see, there is a pirate ship. So this is, from what I've heard, like a pirate fantasy romance. Yeah, you say pirate like it's an insult. It says on the inside. Oh, and there we go. Guess what's on the back? Maps. I know it's going to be a good adventure for sure. So I'm excited. I think the second book comes out this year. This came out at the end of 2024, I think. But I'm excited to get to it. I will probably read it over the summer because for me, I feel like piratey sea books are summary reads. So anyway, so that's Night Weaver. Then from Pango, I picked up another version of The Perilous Sea because the copy that I got prior to this one, it was pretty torn up. The book was kind of falling apart. And so I saw that one and it said it was like new condition because it's very hard to find this series in new condition, especially the second book, The Perilous Sea, for some reason. And this trilogy is by Sherry Thomas, one of my favorites. I adore it. So anyway, so I found a like new version of it on Pango. And so I purchased that. And then as I was looking in the bookseller's shop to see if there was anything else I wanted, to add things, since I was getting free shipping, I found Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. This is a witch hunter type of book. Only thing is, I'm excited to get to it and I'll keep it. If I end up loving this, I'm going to get a hardcover. When I bought it, I thought I was getting a hardcover. And then I went back and looked at the listing, and it was my mistake. It said paperback, and I just didn't pay attention very well, I guess. So, Serpent and Dove, witch hunter type book, like Heartless Hunter, Crimson Moth, that type of thing. But this came out before Heartless Hunter. This came out in 2019. So, and I think it's a trilogy. So if I like this one, and if I like it enough to purchase the series, then I will get them in hardcover. But for now, I have it in the paperback. Next up is from one of my subscription services. This is the Lit Joy to Be Read subscription. I got in A Language of Dragons. This is by S.F. Williamson. And look at how pretty that is. The sprayed edges. And I've heard really good things about this book. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Oh, look how pretty that is. And oh, I adore this. I adore this so much. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And then let's look at the back and papers. Ooh, pretty. Look at that. So this is about, let me see, London 1923. So I think this is a historical fantasy. Well, it has to be fantasy because it has to do with dragons. So London 1923, dragons soar through the skies and protests erupt on the streets. But Vivian Featherswallow isn't worried. She's going to follow the rules, get a summer internship studying dragon languages, Be smart, be sweet, and make sure her little sister never ever has to risk growing up third class. She just has to free one dragon. So that's all I'm going to read. That sounds good. I've heard really good things about this book. So, and I'm not sure if it's going to be a series. I feel like it probably will be, but maybe not. Maybe it's just a standalone, but it's a beautiful book. So, and the back says, "Hear the call, ignite the revolution." So pretty. Okay, last but not least, I got in a book outlet haul. Just came in, so I'm gonna open it with you guys. And let's see what is in this. Actually, I already know what's in it, but we'll open it together and check it out. So I know I mentioned in my book, my 5-star book predictions about this haul and a couple of the books in it, or at least one of them. Oh, yay. So yay, 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 yay. Okay. Assistant to the Villain, which I adored. I have read this one, but in my 5-star book predictions, I did talk about how I was still waiting to get from the library the second book. So I had moved Apprentice to the Villain over to my second quarter 5-star predictions. And I mentioned that in my book outlet haul that I was getting in, that I was able to get this. So yay, I'm so excited to finally be reading this. So these books are by Hannah Nicole Mayer. And this is the second book in the series. I'm sure it'll be a fun time, just like the first one was. And yay, I can cancel my hold from the library since it was taking forever. So I will be reading that one soon for sure. And then I got the first book, the one I was just talking about. So this is the first book, The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love. And since I knew I was getting that one and I saw this at Book Outlet, I was like, I might as well pick it up because that way I have both books. And it was just announced that there is a third book coming out, and it has to do, it's kind of inspired by Jane Eyre. It's like a more dark academia type of book, but it's still, it's going to have India Holton's classic hijinks and banter and all that, I'm sure. So that one has to do with antiquarians or something like that. So I'm so excited. So that one, and then I got 2 books that I actually have never read this author before, but I heard that they're good. The first one, so it's by Sophie Irwin. The first one is called A Lady's Guide to Fortune Hunting. And these are interconnected standalones, I'm pretty sure too. And then A Lady's Guide to Scandal. And these are historical romance, and I've heard they're on the clean side, which is what I prefer. So I was like, you know what? Let me pick these up. I am in the mood for some historical romance lately. So this says, let's see, Kitty Talbot from this one needs a fortune, or rather she needs a husband who has a fortune. Left with her father's massive debt, she has only 12 weeks to save her family from ruin. Never one to back down from a challenge, Kitty leaves home and heads towards the most dangerous battleground in all of England, the London season. The only thing she doesn't anticipate is Lord Radcliffe. The worldly Radcliffe sees Kitty for the mercenary fortune hunter that she really is, and is determined to thwart her plans at all costs until their parrying takes a completely different turn. So, and then this one is, like I said, I think it's a interconnected standalone. So I'm not going to read the synopsis on that one just in case. But these looked really cute. And so, yeah, so that's it, you guys. I am still waiting for I'm getting both Fairy Loot and Illumicrate in April, but those are always towards, it seems like it's the last week of April into the next month that I get them. So I will be sharing them in a haul in May they'll be in that haul. So thank you so much for spending some time with me. Let me know if you've read any of these. Let me know your thoughts on maps and all those types of things in books. I just adore them. I love them so much. So I appreciate all of you guys. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.